Hello everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com and welcome to today's live video. It is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, 5 p.m. Central Time, which is my local time, and I am so excited to be here stamping with you today. I was going to sing for you starting this and I forgot about it, so maybe next week. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood because I have a little bit of a scratchy throat, but like other than that, I'm in a great mood. So we'll see how tonight goes. My throat's feeling pretty good right now, but I've avoided talking most of the day, which has been really awesome. I'm not very good at that, if you can imagine. It's just a good thing I work from home because there's not a lot of people to talk to. So hi, Marva, Debbie, Joan, and Tracy. Welcome in, everybody. As you join me, whether you are watching live or on the replay, please leave a comment and say hello. Let me know that you're here. We're going to go ahead and dive in because I have some things to share with you before we start stamping tonight. And so I want to make sure we have enough time for all of the things, right? Hi, Alicia. Hi, Mom. So let me flip down my screen here. And there we go. So you can see my desktop. And I'm going to chat with you just about a couple of things here quick, and then we will get into our actual stamping, okay? So first up, I am doing a really fun Christmas class with my friends Heidi Collins and Deborah Harrison. They are two of my best stamping buddies. I love working with both of them so much. And hi, Tanya. I read Florence, and I was like, oh my gosh, Kentucky. That's still really cool. I've never been to Kentucky, so that's cool. Anyway, I love working with them, and the three of us have come up with a Christmas series for you. You can think of it I kind of described it as like an advent calendar, because I feel like with this series, you don't get the full picture until you've done one, right? And so this is actually my 4th year offering a Christmas series, and so I know many of you have participated in the past and are very excited and already registered for this year's, and I'm super excited for that. If you're not registered yet, that's all right. There's still like 2 weeks left, so you got plenty of time. The description of this video has the link to the registration if you want to read all the details and all of that good stuff. I'll just do like the high level stuff, but we are using these two bundles, Homemade Treats and Gingerbread Man. They pair together very nicely, and we're calling it the Homemade Treats Christmas series. So it is so sweet, and I have to tell you that there were some behind the scenes pillow gift, what do I want to say, like construction happening today. It is a full family affair. My dad got involved and he took care of one of the steps for the pillow gifts for me. I'm really, really excited about it because this week we're giving you a gift every single week. So not only are you going to have a surprise project every week, but you're also going to get something extra special that you can keep or give away or whatever you want to do with it. It is going to be like insane. I promise you, if you're on the fence about it, you're going to be a lot happier if you register than if you didn't. Just so you know. What? You said your thumbs up thing has been gone for a few weeks. Oh no. Well, that's lame. Hi, Jody. Hi, Alicia. Anyway, so these sets are really fun. If you have something similar in your stash, you are welcome to substitute. You can also start the first week. We're going to give you 3 projects, one designed by each of us. And if you start and you're like, yeah, I do need those bundles, you still have time to add them. Oh, that was like a stutter there. It does run for 10 weeks. So even if, like, let's say week 4, you have something going on and you're like, I can't get to it, don't worry, week 5, you're going to get the PDF tutorial that's cumulative. So it's going to have weeks 1 through 5 on it. So you never have to worry about like, well, I can't make the project at this point. That's okay. You can make it later on, right? So it's super awesome. I cannot sneak peek you the projects, but I'm going to tell you right now, they are real good. I was trying to think of like a cooking pun, but it didn't come to me fast enough. But what I can show you is we do have an add-on class that is only available if you register for the Christmas series, and I want to show you those cards because that is something that I can do. So we're going to do that. I want the rest to be a surprise, but we are calling it the Jolly Holly Mega Christmas Card Class. It is an add-on. And let me show you. So it uses the Jolly Holly stamp set. You do not have to do any die cutting or punching. So it is a quick and easy Christmas card class. It is super awesome. This tutorial will be sent to you right away at the beginning. So these 10 cards, you can just make right away or whenever you have time, October, November, December, whenever you want to make those, okay? We are using the Jolly Holly bundle, or not the bundle, we're using the stamp set, but it is an awesome bundle too. And then I'm going to show you these, but we are using, I don't remember the name, it's like dots and dashes or something, cards and envelopes. So you get these, it is not showing up super well. You can kind of see some of that texture there. You get 10 envelopes to coordinate, and then you're going to make these 10 cards. Are you ready? If you don't want to see them, look away. I'm just going to show them really fast here. They are so stinking cute. I'm going to tell you, I made all 10 of them in about an hour. And so I thought, well, that's worth it in and of itself, because the holidays can be really stressful, right? And that's what I like about this class too, is that it's week by week. Like, it's a project each week, so you don't have to commit a lot of time unless you want to save things up and make it all together at once. Like, you really can do it whenever you want to. So I highly encourage you to sign up. And here's the last one. So cute. I love them. I love them. Anyway, so that is the sneak peek of that class. I'm going to set that back there and hopefully nothing falls, right? I know Alicia says she signed up. I am so excited. I have a hair. I have to move it or else it's gonna, I cannot find it. Can you tell? I can't find it. Anyway. Oh, I don't know. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went, but it's out of my face now. So, super exciting. Anyway, I hope you'll sign up for that. Another class I don't have any sneak peeks for you either of is that tomorrow I am launching registration for the Christmas Creative Escape, which is the one-day virtual card making retreat that I'm doing with Heidi on November 1st. So more details for that will come out tomorrow as well. It is a super exciting time of year. So if you're like, oh my gosh, Melissa, what else do you have going on? Those are my only 2 classes right now, okay? I promise. Sometimes I get really, really excited, especially in September, October, November, December. It's my favorite time of year. I get so excited and I just have to show everything. So anyway, all right, let's flip over to kind of tonight. We're going to show the stamp set we're using tonight is the Gathering Moment stamp set. It is a red rubber cling mount. So just a couple of stamps we're not using tonight. Very easy to add those in. If you are up for the challenge, right? You know, I try to use every single stamp in my 4 cards. Doesn't always happen, but I try. Very easy to sub them in though, if you're like, well, I'm gonna. And then this is the really awesome set of dies. And I wanted to show you these 2 larger leaves here. Now, I'm no botanist or biologist. I think both are appropriate words to use here. But I'm pretty sure this is a maple leaf and I'm pretty sure this is an oak leaf. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's what they're called. And that's what I will call them, is what I should say. Anywho, so you've got this really awesome maple leaf, right? So this cuts out just a large leaf, or you can add this as an insert. Now you'll notice this does not have any of that metal along the sides. So if you cut just this, you're just going to get all these little dots. You're not going to get like the outline of the leaf, which would be really cool for like an embossed background if you wanted to do something like that. But you can layer this right on inside and die cut them out together. So you are going to see both. Yes! Anne says I'm right. Yes. And Alicia says I'm right. Yes. Hi, Teresa. Anywho, gosh, I didn't even look that up this time. Like, you know what word I had to look up once, and I was like, there's no way it's called that? A weather vane. Like, why is it called that? We had that, was it Hey Chuck had one in it, and it was such a cute set, and I was like, what the heck is a weather vane? I think I asked my mom, and she told me that's the name of it, and I was like, there's no way. Anyway, hi, Deborah. Oh, you've been teaching. I'm glad you're back. Welcome. Jody, I buy my magnet sheets from Stampin' Storage. They are a local Minnesota company, and you know, I love to support them because it's good quality stuff. It's like very nice and sturdy, and they're awesome. But I know you can also get like magnet sheets or what are they called? Like vent strips? What are they called? Vent something. They're magnetic, like vent covers. That's what I was looking for. You can get those as well and cut them down. But these I buy from Stampin' Storage. I buy 2 sizes, this size and this size. And this one actually fits inside of a stamp case. I think this is 5x7 and I think this is 6x7. And this bigger one I just use for my larger sets. And then they don't actually fit in here. I know this is not this is total tangent and probably more than you wanted, but I put these inside of these little paper sleeves or plastic sleeves, whatever they call them, because I get nervous that the dies will come off. But when I have them inside of the stamp set, I don't have to worry about that, because if a die comes off, which it never does, but if a die comes off, it ends up in the stamp set or in the case, and this way they just end up in the little. I agree, Tanya. She said Stampin' Storage magnets are the best. I love Stampin' Storage. That's where these are from. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff from them because they're A+. Love it. Okay, now before we dive into the cards we're actually going to assemble tonight, I have swap cards using the set, and I thought you'd like to see, so we're going to show those off. This first one is from Lisa Harden, and I did leave all of them in their plastic sleeve still, because otherwise I would lose the back, you know? And then I wouldn't know who made it, and that would be a nightmare. So anyway, I'm going to just show these briefly. So this one's from Lisa Harden. If you like any of them, you can go ahead and take a screenshot. Anne Von Lucy made this one. I love this one. I believe this is that new... Gosh, I want to say it's called the Etched Autumn stamp set. It's a background stamp with a bunch of leaves. I don't know that that's the name for sure, but I think she used that in the background here. This one is from Oksana Semenska, and I cased her a little bit on one of the cards we're going to do tonight. Super cute. This one is by Janine Pullman, I believe is what it says on the back. I can read cursive, but not the best. So that one is super cute. This one is from Leanne Furness. I love that. That is so pretty. I love the use of the DSP. So cute. This one is from Tracy Filter. Really, really cute. I love these. This one does not have a name, so shout out to whoever made it. You're awesome. I'm thankful for you. This one is from Bernice Halleck. And she used the new bronze paper. Super pretty. Jody, I actually don't know. I have not been keeping up on my news on that, so I don't know if that's real or not. This one is from Lori Bradley. She die cut 2 of those oak leaves. Crushed Curry and Cajun Craze. Super pretty. And this last one is from Dawn Bourgette. And Dawn is a very talented stamper. Very kind human. I enjoy her friendship a lot, and so that's perfect that this is a sentiment, because she's an awesome person. So anyway, I love this one too, using the strips of DSP, which we all have, right? We've all got those. And some stamped images and a cute little bow, and simple, easy peasy. I love it. Okay. All right. So there's that. And look at how nice. This is from the Fun Fold Frenzy Craft Along, my little tote. Perfect to hold my swap card collection, right? Okay, let's take a look at the cards we're going to make together tonight. These ones are so awesome. That is so cute. I know I made them, and so I shouldn't say that my own creations are cute, but if you love it, you gotta toot your own horn, right? Here's this one. This one I kind of cased again from Dawn Olszewski. On Pinterest, I saw her card. And then here's this one. This is the one I kind of cased Oksana on the swap card I just showed you. So these are the 4 cards we're going to make together tonight. They are incredibly simple, but they are strikingly beautiful. They look like, I don't know, like an A stamper, right? Like, I think they look very elegant and very well put together, but they actually are not that much work. And I think there's a lot of power in that with this bundle. Where did I put the bundle? It's over here. I was like, where did the thing go? Anyway, there's a lot of power in this set and the dies that coordinate, that I just think you can just make such simple cards, and they just are striking. They're just so beautiful. So anyway, you can see here, right? This actually, I made this card first when I was designing, and I die cut the leaf out of the DSP, and then I thought, I'm not throwing that away. So you can see how we created another card with it, right? Because we're crafters and we get crafty and we use our scraps. Anyway, so we are going to make these 4 cards together tonight. They are part of my weekly class to go. So if you are interested in receiving the card kits for these to make these cards at home, and you want to press that easy button, because why not, right? I'm happy to send you the card kits for these as a thank you gift from me when you place an order this week. So if you place an order of $50 $25 or more before tax and shipping, and after Stampin' Rewards are applied, I will send you these card kits for free. They'll go in the mail next Tuesday. Tuesdays are my mail days. So Tuesday, September 23rd is when they'll go in the mail. You'll also get a detailed PDF tutorial for free with that so that you have pictures and measurements and supplies and all that good stuff. And speaking of supplies, if you go to my description in the link, that's not how I want to say that. In the description, there is a link where you can click to view all the supplies. And now I preface this every week. I say it's going to add absolutely everything I recommend to your cart. Don't get scared. Just delete out what you already own or maybe what you don't want to purchase at this time. But anyway, you can check out the recommended supplies that way. It's just an easy way for me to link them for you so you don't have to like do the work yourself, right? Because we all like an easy button. Life's hard enough. So anyway, also, if you are interested in that, shop.stampwithmelissa.com is my website where you can go shop my Stampin' Up site. And other big news I almost forgot to mention, on Thursday we are having a stamp sale, 24-hour stamp sale, all stamp sets and stamp tools, they're calling it, which is like your chamois, your clear blocks, grid paper, a bunch of awesome things. If you get my newsletter, I sent out in my weekly newsletter this morning the link to the webpage that will have all of the sale items. So you can check that out and make a wish list and, you know, purchase what you like from the stamp sets. They only do the stamp sale one time a year and it's Thursday. So get excited for that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and start stamping because I'm super chatty tonight, which is so funny because I have a sore throat. But I still am saying it's because I didn't talk all day, so I have to get it out now. We've got an old olive card base. We've got a piece of the absolutely stunningly gorgeous, I'm trying to get it to shine for you. There is gold. Oh my gosh, there it is. There's gold in here. This is the Gathering Together DSP. By the way, this bundle, I don't think I mentioned, is part of the online exclusive. So you're not going to find it in a catalog. It's so beautiful. You need it. You just need it because it's good. It's a good one. You're also going to have a basic white shape die cut. This is die cut from the brand new Branching Out dies. You're going to have some early espresso. Now I pre-die cut my oak leaf. You can see I got some little pokey bits still in here. I'm going to leave them because whatever. They're going to get partially hidden, but I wanted to feature this oak leaf and I didn't know how, and it's quite large, so I kind of like what I did with it this week, and I hope you do too. But anyway, so you can see I already die cut out my oak leaf. I did do that centerpiece. Now these holes are actually meant for sewing. Like you can thread a needle through and add in some twine. So pretty. I did not do that. That was like a next level thing that I was like, it's going to get kind of hidden, so I'm not going to do it. But I've seen some gorgeous cards made with it, including Ann Parks, who's on here. She shared one in my Facebook group. So pretty. So anyway, and then you'll also have a scrap of crumb cake for your sentiment. So let's pull out that messy scrap paper. This pattern is not too bad. We got a squirrel though because it's fall. It's fall, y'all. Sometimes I feel like I should be a person who says y'all, and then I'm not. And I feel like I should, but then I'm like, I live in Minnesota. Like, can I pull that off? But in the fall, you can because it rhymes. So, all right, we are going to stamp our sentiment in Early Espresso ink onto that crumb cake banner. I'm going to pull my head down. This is cling mount, so I just like to be extra sure that I'm actually, you know, on the cardstock. And yeah, anywho, so you can see I didn't do that so well. So let's do it again. My stamp is a little bit up towards the top, so I need to remember that. Good thing paper has two sides, right? Oh, much better. I'm not centered, but I don't care because we'll adjust it later. We're going to trim it down. Okay, so we've got that. Let's trim it down now because why not, right? For kicks and giggles. Okay, so I'm going to line this up. You can see the edge of the E. I'm going to line it up on that 1/2 inch line, which is 2 little grid marks over, and I'm going to slant it. All right. Now this is just how I like to do this so that my angles are the same. Then I'm going to line the M up here again with that 1/2 inch, and I'm going to make sure I don't want it like this, right? Because that's not going to give me the same. So I'm going to pull this down. Oh, something is jumping on my computer. Hold on. One of my apps is like, what? Okay, it's my printer. It wants me to fill out a survey. I'm live. Come on. Anyway, I just pivot this and make sure it's lined up with the grid. I just wanted to make sure that something wasn't like not running where my live wasn't actually happening. It's the printer wanting me to fill out a survey. Yeah, because why not? Anywho, so there we go. There's that. Okay, we need this out because we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to start with my crushed curry. We're going to stamp a bunch of leaves onto our beautiful banner here. And we are going to set down this guy. I'm going to start with this larger leaf. We're going to do everything. I actually don't want to start with crushed curry. I'm going to start with Cajun craze. That's what I'm going to start with because I think it's going to, these two leaves here, it's going to help us just set everything else up. Okay, so we're going to start there, and then we've got this one. This is like the smaller-ish leaf. I'd call this actually maybe like the medium leaf. I'm going to ink this up in Cajun Craze, and I'm going in like the center of the die cut. We've got one going this way and one going the other way, okay? Now, it's going to look real icky in the middle, and that's why we have a sentiment to cover, so don't you worry about that, okay? All right, now we can go to our crushed curry. And we're going to take the larger leaf, ink that up. That's going to go to the right of the bottom. And then we're going to set that aside. We're going to clean it. We're going to take this guy here. Really, this is just a collection of leaves, so you can kind of mix and match however you'd like. And I'm going to stamp that on the bottom left. Okay. And then we've got like this little decorative thing. And we're going to ink that up, and that's going to go to the right of the top Cajun Craze leaf. Okay. All right, so we're going to close up our crushed curry. We're going to pull out our chamois, and we are going to, this one we're done with. We're going to wash off the little decorative guy and the larger leaf because we want to stamp those in Timid Tiger. Now, you could sub this out for pumpkin pie, but, you know, I like to use new. And I like Timid Tiger. It's a slightly muted pumpkin pie, and so I thought, let's give it a shot. So I stamped that there. My Timid Tiger is very juicy. So stamp that there, and then stamp here, because we need a little bit of Timid Tiger to pop, right? And it totally, like, doesn't look good right now, right? But that's what I'm saying. We're gonna use the sentiment to help cover up some icky bits. Okay, let's grab our DSP. And we are going to add some adhesive to the back and add this to our old olive card front. Okay, and the nice thing about the Class to Go kits too is you get a little sampling of this DSP. I do my very best to give you the same pattern that I'm using. It doesn't always happen. It always looks good, but I do my very best to try to give you that same pattern. So you get a little sampling of that as well. Even though you're going to want this sweet because it's an awesome sweet. So. All right, I am adding some seal to my oak leaf, and I'm just trying to add it very sparingly where there's no holes. Oh, that's funny. Alicia bought a new chamois. She can't get herself to use it because then you stain it, right? Yeah, I have that struggle sometimes too, but I'm here for you. Oh, man. All right, I adhered that down here towards the bottom. You can see it's very close to the bottom edge, but it's not quite off, because you don't want it to go off, otherwise it won't fit in your envelope. And then we're going to grab some dimensionals and go ahead and stick those onto our label and peel off the backings. You know why I actually think my throat might hurt though is because in the last 3 days I've been to 3 sports games for my niece and nephew, and man, I can get loud. So I'm like, am I losing my voice? Like, is that why? I don't know. Oh, I almost panicked. That's right. This was the side that wasn't the best. Wasn't the bestest. Okay, so dimensionals on there. And then you can choose. You can either slant it or put it straight on, however you want to do it. But I'm going to pull this down where, like, I don't want it to be here and see this floater, right? So I'm just kind of messing around with that just to get it where you can see all of the leaves, but you know, and some get more hidden than others, and it's just how it goes. So you can make it fuller or whatever you want to do with it, okay? All right, so there's that. I'm going to pull out my linen thread here, and we're going to use lots of twine because I feel like we just have so many good, like, twines and threads. I'm just straightening this out if you're wondering what I'm doing. Realized I was not on screen there. We have a lot of good twines and threads, and that's all I used this week. I didn't use any ribbon. Oops, wasn't intentional. I'm a twine girl at heart. Okay, so I tied that into a bow. We're going to pull out our mini glue dots and stick that on. Stick the knot on the dot. Pick that up, and I like to just curl under any exposed adhesive. And it's not as full down here, right? So we're going to stick a bow down there because then it looks fuller. And people are going to be like, oh my gosh, look at that. It's a beautiful arrangement of leaves. Yeah. All right. These are the pressed flower motifs, and we are going to stick a couple of those down. And that's card number 1. How fun is that? And again, I know I say this like every week, but how easy is it to switch up this DSP and then switch up your card base? So pretty, right? Lots of possibilities there. Okay. All right. Even the Autumn Toile DSP would look really pretty with that. Could use some of that early espresso grid. Ooh, that would look good. And then I would add in some old olive leaves. It would look good. Okay, so let's go to card number 2. We've got an early espresso card base. We've got an early espresso, this layer. This will be embossed for you using the exposed brick folder. I thought that would just be kind of a fun one. I like that it is like that exposed brick, you know, it's not just like bricks, mortar, yeah, you know. And then you're going to have a square of DSP. Now you will need to die cut out your leaf from this, and this is again where I saved this piece for our card now, and then we're saving the actual leaf for our card number 3. Okay, so save this piece. This is what we're going to use on this card. And then you're going to have a crumb cake rectangle die cut for you from the textured notes dies. So super easy peasy on this one too. They're all like that, but yeah, anyway. Early espresso ink, go ahead and open that up, and we're going to grab our many thanks sentiment. Let's check this one. That one's actually pretty centered. I gotta get my head over this because it looks like it won't fit, but it does. Yeah, it does. And if I had gone up a little bit taller, it would have fit better, but it's okay. Okay, so we've got that. Now we can assemble. Right? Oh, I didn't even grab the card. Here it is. This is the card we're making. I always like to have it up in the corner because, I don't know, it's just like a roadmap. But I feel like I can make these cards in my sleep because I really like them. Like a lot. Okay. Added a lot of adhesive there to the back of that embossed piece. And then I'm just lining that up with my score line on my card base. And pressing that down, and then we can go ahead and fold and burnish. Excuse me. Okay. All right, so then we're going to take our DSP piece. Now, because we've got, you know, a large portion of the middle cut out here, we need a lot of dimensionals. So you just need a lot. It's just, we just have to. Because we don't want it's kind of flimsy. We don't want anything to fall. Teresa, you are so sweet. I have not received anything yet, but hopefully soon. Okay, so I'm just kind of adding these in. If you want to use mini dimensionals and get them in more crevices, you can do that, but I think 8 is great. Okay, peel off all the backings here. And then I intentionally made this DSP. It's a 4x4 square. So you don't have to worry about it not fitting on the card front. Let's make sure that opens the right way. And you can choose this way, upside down, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go this way, where that stem is, you know, in kind of like the bottom left corner. And then we'll just set that down. So cute, so cute. And I really like the look of the background. I just think it's so cute. Okay, I'm going to grab some. This is the Very Vanilla twine from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I did not measure this. It's, if I had to guess, I'd say 15 inches or so of twine. And we're going to just add some seal here and do a faux bow. So I added it right here where this leaf is. Okay. Where the, what is that called? Is it called a petal on a leaf? Like the individual things? Do you know what I'm talking about? What is that called? Yeah, a petal? I don't think so. But that's what I think of because it's like a petal on a flower. Anywho, what was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something. Train left the station. Okay. just do a little faux bow here, like so. If you want your twine to be smaller, you can do that as well. What am I looking for? Where'd the sentiment go? Here it is. Okay, grab some dimensionals here, and I'm going to put them like right where that seal is, the width of the seal. I'm going to set those dimensionals right there, and we can probably also put another one on the very left-hand edge, okay? And the reason I put them directly on the card base is because I want to make sure that none of the dimensionals, mainly on this right-hand side here, touch the DSP, because I want this sentiment to be the same, on the same level, right? Like I want it to be flat here. So I didn't want to accidentally have it raised. Okay. Ooh, Anne's gonna Google it. Okay. Thanks, Anne. So that is that piece there. And then we're gonna finish this one off with some neutral matte dots. And oh my gosh, you guys, look at this pack. I'm doing so good. You know, it feels real good to like finish a pack of dimensionals, but it's also really nice to finish embellishments. And it's like killing me right now to have two left. That's it on this whole thing. And when you flip this down, you can't even see them. I will find a use for them, and soon. Yes, I will. Okay, that is card number 2. How fun is this one? Lobes. Oh, okay. Deborah said they're called lobes of a leaf. You know, I thought petal didn't sound right, but it got in my head like thinking in the right area. You know what I mean? So that's very interesting. I've never heard that. Lobes. Huh. All right. Here is our third card. So here's where we're going to use that leaf again. Super pretty. And this one's a side gatefold. So it is a fun fold because it doesn't open like your traditional card. It's a little bit different. So we have got a Cajun Craze layer. And of course, I score everything for you because I like when people do that for me. So I do it for you. You're going to have a Cajun Craze layer. This looks a lot redder on camera than it is in real life. It's a very nice muted color. It definitely looks red on camera. This looks true. This looks like true Cajun Craze on camera, at least what I'm seeing. Anyway, this is embossed for you using the Gathering Leaves embossing folder. You're going to have a piece here. Oh, I dropped it. I'll get it. A piece here of that Gathering Together DSP, super shiny and pretty. And there's the other side, a fun early espresso dotted layer. You're going to have an early espresso matte for your sentiment. And you're not going to drop yours on the ground, or if you do, you'll find it, just like I did. You're going to have a basic white piece for your sentiment. And then, of course, you're going to have your leaf that was die cut out in card number 2. So we've got all those pieces. Let's go ahead and start with stamping. We are going to grab our early espresso ink pad again. And we have got the sentiment that says, "Expressing heartfelt gratitude." Now mine is more towards the top. It was cut a little bit more towards the top. So I'm going to pull mine down a little. Ooh, that's pretty good. And because we have that early espresso matte in here, I did go ahead, like they're measured. You're going to get, sometimes with the Class to Go, I'll send you like a strip and then you cut it down, you know. These are measured, but if you wanted to, you could probably get away with sneaking off another 1/8 of an inch or so. Just make sure you cut it off of both, and then you can see a little bit more of the leaf, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start assembling. We're going to grab our Cajun Craze card base, and I'm going to fold and burnish on those lines. Today I feel like I am talking faster and like my mouth is like skipping words. I don't know. Anywho, let's go ahead and add some adhesive. Maybe I'm just really excited about these cards because I really like these cards a lot. I don't have a favorite this week because I really like all of them, like a ton. Anyway, add some seal to this, and then that's going to go on this left-hand panel, okay? On the card front. Like so. And you know, I just get so particular. I like my cards to lay flat. So I like to go back in with that bone folder a couple times because it's just a me thing, okay? Okay. Take your DSP, and we are going to add some seal to the back and stick this on the right flap. So pretty. Just love like this pattern of DSP you can use on so many different things, right? Okay, so our leaf here is going to go on like this, where again that stem is kind of going to the bottom left. And oh, thanks, Anne. You're so sweet. It's going to the bottom left, so I'm going to tip it this way just so I remember Okay, so it's like, you know, what is that? A horizontal flip? Anywho, I want dimensionals on this leaf. This is what I'm getting at. I want dimensionals on the leaf, but I only want them on the left-hand side. So if this is like here like this, these two lobes, I do not want dimensionals on because they're actually going to go on that right-hand flap. And I don't want anything stuck to the right-hand flap, otherwise our card will not open, okay? So you can see I've intentionally left that side blank. And then we're going to go ahead and add this down. And if you want to double check it, just open that up and make sure you don't see any dimensionals. If you do, you could kind of like peel this a little and like if you roll it, you can get adhesive off. And just don't press this down hard until you know that you're good, okay? All right, so then we're going to take our basic white sentiment piece here and map that onto the early espresso piece. And then we're going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of this. Can you believe it? On that like leaf outline, I used 8, and then on this giant sentiment, I'm using 2. Anywho, and this is going to go on to the leaf here. Like so. Okay. All right. Just like that. And then we're going to use our new Early Espresso linen thread. This comes in a combo pack with Old Olive. Chef's Kiss. So pretty. Do you guys ever hear that? Like when people go, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about linen thread and twine. I just love it. Anywho, so we're tying a bow there and trim off the tail. Okay, actually it was that straight. So here's my trick with this. I just pull these. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, and then we're going to add this to a glue dot. Pick it up with our Take Your Pick tool. Okay, and then add this down right there. So cute. And to finish this one off, we've got the iridescent foil gems. I love them. They're like a champagne color. So pretty. So pretty and glittery, but glitter that doesn't come off. So that's even better. And we're going to just use one big and one little, stick them on that left-hand side of the card. And there is card number 3. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We've got a little fun fold there. So obviously you'll shut that right-hand side first because if you do it after, you know, no. Anyway, so I don't know why, I just felt silly, so I just had to. That is our third card, and you know what? It's popping up, and I'm gonna burnish it again because my name's Melissa, and I'm weird about it. I don't know. All right, let's go on to our fourth and final card, this beauty right here. Hi, Margot. Thanks so much for joining. It's not focusing on me. There we go. There we go. Kind of. Anywho, we're going to make this card right here. This one is super duper pretty. And this one, I'm actually going to die cut out a couple of the leaves. So yay for that because we haven't done that yet. So we have got an Early Espresso card base. We've got a crumb cake layer. We actually need to do some stamping on that layer. So I'm going to set it to the side. We've got an Early Espresso layer here. And then you're going to have a piece of the DSP. Now this pattern looks just like the last pattern we used, right? But it's different colors. And this side does not have any gold. This is the side that has the gold. Super pretty. But we're going to use this because they offer us a plaid, right? We got to use it. You're going to have a scrap piece of basic white for your stamping, and then you're also going to get a Stylish Shapes banner die cut from Basic Beige for your sentiment. So let's start with stamping because it's the best place to start. I am going to grab my Early Espresso ink pad, and we have to do a couple of things with Early Espresso. The first of which is our sentiment. So this sentiment says thankful for you. This one now, my you know, it was cut towards the bottom. So I'm going to just eyeball that. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Try it on scratch paper first if you need to. Okay, and then I'm going to pull in this crumb cake layer. And the reason I'm doing this now is because the stamp we're going to use is kind of like this crosshatch grid thing. And it would go on the DSP. Okay, so we're going to stamp this now. And it's going to go like here. So maybe an inch up from the bottom, but towards the right. It looks totally random and out of place on its own, but it's going to look good when it's all done, okay? All right, so we've got that, and then we've got our scrap of basic white, and we are going to stamp an acorn. So cute. And these are the distinctive stamps, so they have a slight, like, discolor, or not a discoloration, but like a, what am I looking for? The tone changes. I don't know how to say that. I don't know what I'm looking for. Anyway, pull out your chamois. We are going to stamp some of those leaves again. So I don't remember the last color I stamped them each in. So I'm just going to go ahead and wash them all off with the chamois. Okay. And these three, like the main three leaves, are the ones we're going to use. And we are going to use Timid Tiger for our big one. Ink, ink, ink. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay, and close that up. I'm going to just put it away because why not? We're going to use crushed curry with this guy here. Okay. And close that guy up. And last but certainly not least, we've got our Cajun Craze with this guy. This one I think would look really nice as like a greenery stamp too. You know, if you needed like an accent behind a flower, that leaf would look good. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead. We're going to add our dies to these, and then I'm going to grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. But let's do this while it's flat and just get our dies lined up here. There is a slight border around this one. Here's the acorn. Okay, and I am just using my Post-it note tape to hold them down. And I need a couple more pieces. I like to reuse my Post-it note tape over and over and over and over until it's not sticky anymore. All right, here's this die. And last but not least, this one. Okay, so now that those are all Post-it note taped, I'm going to slide that out of the way and grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I do apologize because the screen's going to shake just a smidge here when I die cut this through. Okay, come here. There we go. And crank this through. All right. And then we're going to, I like to put my dies away before they end up elsewhere. I see so many posts where people are like, you know, what stamp set is this sentiment from? Or where does this die go? And I'm like, I do not ever want to have to be like, uh-oh. So I just try to remember, Melissa, don't put it down, put it away, right? Right away, just put it away. Even though it's just on the magnet sheet, but it's a magnet sheet, so it holds it. So it works real nice, okay? Okay, so then let me just move that guy out of the way. We've got all of our stamped pieces here, and we can go ahead and assemble. So I'm going to start with our DSP and add some seal on the back, and this is going to go on our early espresso mat, but there's only a margin on the long sides, okay? So I'm lining that all the way up at the bottom here with my fingers, my left hand, and then setting that down, and you can see we've just got that margin on the sides, not on the top or the bottom, okay? All right, then we can go ahead and add some adhesive on the early espresso layer, and then same thing. It's going to go on crumb cake. I'm leaving like, gosh, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch from the left-hand edge, but it's going to be flush at the top and the bottom. Okay, and then you can see where I was talking about this would get stamped on the DSP, which is why I wanted to stamp it first. And that piece you can kind of play with, because if you wanted to add more of that little detailing, you absolutely could. All right, add some adhesive and adhere this to our card front. Fold and burnish. Like so, and then we're going to start adhering these pieces. So what we're going to do is this Timid Tiger leaf is going to go flat. So if I know that I want my sentiment right about here, I'm going to stick this guy right about here. Okay, then we're going to do the sentiment. And this is all, it's like a flower arrangement. So you can really mix and match and have some fun with this, just getting them placed where you like them. Okay, and I'm going to set this, I'm going to pull it over towards that left-hand side a little bit more because I just want to make sure we don't cover up any of our sentiment. And then we're going to go to this crushed curry one. Now on the top where the stem is, that's going to lay on our sentiment. So I just added a little bit of seal. And I'll stick a dimensional at the other end because it is going to be on that same level as our sentiment here, okay? And I'm going to stick this one like this because I want to be able to see that. I stamped it maybe a little too far over. So let's just, you know, you can have fun with it. I want to make sure I can see it. So, all right, same kind of idea with this Cajun Craze one, where we're going to add a little bit of seal there and then a dimensional at the other end. You know what? A mini probably works better on this guy. Right there. And then we'll go ahead and kind of align those stems and just stick this down. And you can choose if you want any of that timid tiger to show towards the right. I'm good with it like this. And then we'll take our acorn and stick a dimensional on that acorn and pop this up, kind of hiding that little intersection there of our leaves. Super cute. I love it. And then to finish this one off, we are actually going to add the most random like set of embellishments. I pulled this out and I was like, none of these colors really work except peach pie, which is what we're going for. I wanted a little bit of a lighter orange. We do have timid tiger embellishments as well, and those would look lovely, but I was like, let's give some love to peach pie here, because peach pie I think really could be a very nice fall color as well. So we're just going to add these. There's 3 different sizes, so I am just adding a big, a middle, and a little. And that is card number 4. How fun is that one? So cool. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you guys. I love that you guys are loving all of the cards, because I really love all of the cards. All right, so let me pull in the other cards that we made tonight. So stunning. If you did not catch the beginning of the video, make sure you go back and watch, because I did share some swap cards using this suite as well. This guy's not laying down for me. I'll fiddle with it later. I'll put a book on it or something. Anyway, so here are the, oh, voice crack. Here are the 4 cards we made together tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's projects, will you do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up, or if you're watching on Facebook, do a heart. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page if you haven't already. That really helps me out. And yeah, I just appreciate all the love. But anywho, as a reminder, if you would like these card kits to make them at home, you can get those as a thank you gift from me for placing an order in my online store this week. So a $50 order before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' Rewards gets you these card kits as a thank you from me. I just really, so I'll just, this is a little tidbit, and I know I'm like crying. October 1st is the beginning of a new Stampin' Up! Year every single year. And I feel like sometimes with anything that we do, right, all of us can probably relate to this. With anything we do, like you just get wrapped up in it sometimes. And it's always just a really nice, this time of year is a really nice reset for me of like, I prayed for this, right? Like my very first live video, I was like biting my nails and, you know, like, oh, just a mess. Just like my heart was like thumping like crazy, right? And it was, and now I can kind of do a live video and I don't get as nervous. I still get a little bit nervous. Like, what if nobody comes? But like, I prayed for people to come and you're here. And I'm just really grateful that you're part of my community. And it's our community, really, because if it was just me, it wouldn't exist. So, and that's just the truth. But anyway, I am just really grateful that you are here and supporting me, and that you take my classes, and that you comment on videos, and that you like and follow and are on my email list. And yeah, you guys are just really awesome. And I've just been in kind of that like reset emotional kind of thing. Like, oh my gosh, like this is, yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's like Ann said, you're always among friends. And I just always hope that you feel like that too. And I know, I love it. I love it today when some of you watching live on YouTube started commenting to each other. And I'm like, this is like the absolute best thing in the whole world. And yeah, it's just such a cool feeling. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Sorry to get sappy at the end. And yeah, I appreciate you, and I will see you next week. We are wrapping up fall, so we are going to switch to Halloween next week and the week after, and then just a little bit of a what is the word? Save the date, kind of, the week after that. So the 23rd and the 30th, we're going to do some Halloween cards, and then on the 7th, it's going to be my annual BOGO sale. So we won't have a traditional class to go that week, because we're going to do a BOGO sale instead on that Tuesday night. So just mark your calendars, get ready for that. Everything's first come, first serve. More details to come on that. But yeah, don't forget, stamp sale starts on Thursday. So if you are hoping to place an order for this week's class to go, you might want to wait in case you want to get a discount on those stamps. And there's no code needed. I love that Stampin' Up! Does that with all their sales. There's no code. You just get it. You know, that's awesome. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Love you all. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.